buy packaging. Not if you're a brand and you need to buy packaging, but if you've gone out and bought something,
you're a consumer.
And instead of throwing that box or bag away, you put it online to resell.
Fascinating.
Like, why would you?
People collect anything. It's incredible.
I guess. Like, why would you buy? Why would you buy that? That's right, Matt. We are all back together again.
Matt.
We had a contract dispute, but Corey came out on top, so we're good.
Right.
That's right.
That's why
we're very excited to have Corey Connors back on the show.
That's right.
He adds a level of professionalism.
Read it right, Adam. Read it.
You can. I don't know. Just so I wanted to share this. I see this all the time, especially like the work that I do in like luxury packaging, like high-end startup packaging. You're seeing a lot of this stuff.
So funny to hear you say that word.
Bags with wings.
What's work?
Yeah.
What's work? Yeah, true. No, but it's just it's crazy, right? So like just hopping on this morning before the show, just pulling some images. You know, you can buy packaging.
Are we going to see them or just kind of talk about them? Because I was hoping maybe you'd. Oh, there we go.
Not only can you buy packaging, you can put it on layaway for 4 interest-free payments of $32.50 a month. So you can buy this shopping bag, right? And this is a collectible because it's a collaboration between Loewe and Studio Ghibli. And part of their Howl's Moving Castle, right? So
what do those words mean, Avelio?
What's that?
What do all those words mean?
What do all those words mean? Loewe is a brand out of Spain. Studio Ghibli's a animation studio that made a bunch of movies like Totoro and Howl's Moving Castle. And it's kind of nostalgic for a certain age group, right? So if you're over 40, you probably saw these when you were a kid. If you were cool, I never saw these.